Hey everybody, what's up? Hope you're well. Just wanted to take this moment to talk about writer's block. Over the past couple of days, I was going through a couple copywriting books by William Swain, and he was talking about let me just pull it up here, the writer's block. So it was kind of something that I kind of just went through. Thought I'd elaborate a little bit about it and go through what he was talking about in the book. So it seems like a lot of people go through this kind of emotional roller coaster when you actually write, right? And there are a couple key themes to it. So he identifies fear, self-doubt, and self-criticism, perfectionism, and resistance as a few themes that usually inhibit or just, I don't know, stop people from really writing. And I just wanted to talk about my own experiences of that. Hopefully, it's something that can help you with it as well. So, in his book, he was actually talking about fear. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I think I've had and am overcoming when it comes to actually writing and expressing ideas and stuff. Um, I feel like when you start writing, to me, it's a little bit. I don't know about you, but to me, it's a little scary. I mean, you're kind of putting your ideas and your thoughts out there for the world to see and the world to read. So obviously, you're going to get a lot of viewpoints. Not everybody's going to agree with you, and it's just a reality that we're all going to have to face, essentially. So that was one of my biggest things, and also like having a lot of self-doubt and self-criticism as well, right? Talking to a lot of writers, like bloggers, and just after like reading this book and like watching a lot of stuff from like Gary Vee too, it just seems like a common theme where most of us just overjudge and like criticize ourselves about the kind of work that we produce and the ideas that we have. But I kind of realize how silly that is, right? When we're actually producing something and expressing our ideas and our opinions to the world. Like, uh, I think a lot of us should be just easier on ourselves when it comes to like writing. Um, Apparently, the best writers in the world experience this kind of reader's block, and because of the same things, right? Um, for example, Maya Angelou, she gave a lot of advice on how to defeat writer's block. Um, Neil Gaiman, Anthony Troll, Ernest Hemingway, Toni Morrison, like all of these people had the same kind of fears and self-doubt, perfectionism, resistance, and I kind of just, I don't know. I'm just uploading this video to kind of encourage everybody to just hang in there and not quit on your writing, I guess. Um, I was kind of skeptical watching this YouTube video a couple months ago about copywriters and their notorious, uh, notorious emotional roller coaster that they go through when they actually like write their stuff, right? Um, so that's one of the things. It's like I like used to be super insecure about the things that I write, like and I always worry about what kind of reaction I'll get, and like I don't know. Uh, it wasn't even like the likes; it was just the fucking reaction. It's scary, but and that causes a lot of anxiety too, right? Like I was gonna work with somebody on this project, but then he was telling me that the pressure was too much, and that's why he quit his last job, like as a writer, right, and as a copywriter. And I think this pressure is real, and not a lot of us talk about it, and a lot of writers downplay it too. Um, so I kind of just, I guess I wanted to be a little bit more open about that, and kind of just talk about my own anxiety and fears when it comes to writing, uh, how to overcome it, and just tips and tricks that I recently learned today to overcome it. So, yeah, the first one is fear. So the fear of judgment from other people, I guess. It's not me but myself, but it's, I guess, a common theme that every writer, every content writer, every copywriter, every person who puts shit out on the internet, like, uh, it's stuff that we're gonna have to overcome. But it's not impossible. Like, just knowing that almost everybody has gone through it is, it's pretty. It's just eye opening, right? Just the kind of mental blocks, the mentality that you have to develop to become a copywriter, blogger, or something. There's also self doubt and criticism. So I think a lot of us actually are super hard on ourselves when it comes to producing content and putting stuff out there. I know me myself especially. Like, I used to be like super fucking crippled with self doubt, and like wondering if the thing that I wrote was good enough, and like always restructuring sentences to just make up for it. And it's kind of part of the whole perfectionism thing. Makes it a hell of a lot harder to produce and just post stuff. So, um, Maya Angelou's advice was to just, if you're not pleased with the outcome, just keep writing anyway, because, hey, whatever. Not everybody's going to like it. So, it's just the reality that we live in. That's totally okay. Everybody has their own opinions and, their own tastes in what they think is good work. And that's just essentially it. So, kind of getting over that and just start producing and putting stuff out there. I think that's a whole battle of its own. What else was there? Yeah, so there's self doubt, self criticism. So, again, a lot of us are really hard on ourselves when it comes to like work, um, when it comes to writing. Like, I know I was when it comes to writing. Like, I never thought that my stuff was good enough, or that whatever I had to say wasn't that interesting, or just whatever, right? And then I kind of recognized like that's why I feel like um, Gary Vaynerchuk really suggests that we document the process over creating content, right? And that there's no reason not to talk to the audience. Like, either you document, you create content, or you share content. You always have one of the three. So, overcoming self doubt, self criticism, and basically fear, perfectionism, resistance, all of those things, I think it just comes with writing and copywriting and producing shit for the internet. And I feel like once we kind of get over that, it'll be a hell of a lot easier, right? Yeah, going through this like copywriting book really helped with, I guess, the kind of messaging and the mistakes that I've made along the way. I know a lot of my writing wasn't very clear and often at times very ambiguous, but I think that just comes down to like communication and not knowing who exactly my audience was, and just having an unclear picture of what it is that I wanted. Because here's the thing about me, like, I'm notoriously like unfocused. I care about a lot of things, right? Um, from like humanitarian issues, social issues, to uh, like, I don't know, like technology, self development. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that I'm super interested in. And to find one thing to write about in the beginning was pretty hard, and I didn't really know much about, I guess, branding or personal branding or just marketing in general. So after kind of going through this book and identifying, my own weaknesses when it comes to producing content, a lot of it's really clear onto like what kind of things that I could work on myself and build these kind of skills. That's yeah. I think it goes for a lot of people too. Like it seems like a lot of us quit at a certain point and then just stop writing because we got super like, insecure about our own writing and ideas and just having this feeling that we're not good enough or whatever. But I think that's all just an illusion in the mind. I think everybody has a unique perspective and something to offer. I think Gary made this really. It is very like a very humbling thing coming from Gary. It's about how he's not always right. He doesn't think he's always right, and yeah, like you never expect to hear that from someone like him, right? Um, but I think that's something that's really, I guess, important when it comes to writing or creating content, and it's probably why he's really confident and uh, audacious when it comes to his, ideas and uh, points of view. It's because he has that kind of humility attached to the enormous amount of confidence he has, right? So that's something I feel like we could all actually learn from and recognize that, hey, we might not actually be right, but that's okay. It's just an opinion. And it kind of makes things a lot lighter too and easier. Yeah. So I guess some of the tips that I learned from this book to overcome writer's block is this. So let me just kind of pull it up here. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so Maya Angelou gave a tip. Even if you're not pleased with the outcome and what you're writing, keep writing anyway, because you're going to have to push through, get your ideas out there, and you can always edit, right? There's Neil Gaiman, right, who suggests if you have a writer's block, right, for whatever reason, whether it's fear, self-doubt, criticism, perfectionism, whatever, to put your writing aside for a few days, and it's called his hibernation strategy. So I kind of felt like that really helped. I stopped writing for like this is bad. I mean, I stopped writing for like a few weeks and started posting like a hell of a lot less. Yeah, that's not good, but I'm sorry. Okay, so there's Anthony Troll. So the word count, creating a word count in a specific time frame. So let's say for him, he had to, let's say, write a 250 word article or paragraphs in 30 minutes, 15 minutes. So giving yourself that time, I guess, with a little bit of pressure and a word count, for him it helped. Toni Morrison talks about creating a ritual for your writing. So I guess like a habit, maybe you're writing like an hour every day or something like that, something that works with you and, how you can make writing more consistent for a short period of time. And then there's Ernest Hemingway, right? He suggests to maintain momentum by reserving resources. So what he means by this is that as writers, when we're trying to meet a deadline or trying to produce certain content by a certain amount of time, we often tend to exhaust all our ideas and resources into one article, one project, and then when it comes to the next project, we don't have any ideas left. And we get stuck and we get boggled down and we feel stupid or, it just doesn't really end that well. What he suggests is to reserve resources, meaning that you create a project, but you leave some ideas for the next time. Or you create even sub ideas from your ideas to write. So these are all things that I am going to try to do for the next little bit. And let's see if that helps. Yeah. But yeah, this is, I guess, part of my learning how to copyright journey, and just improving and getting better at it, I guess. So, yeah. So I guess just the takeaway with this is that I think copywriting is a process. Learning how to write and express yourself is it's an improvement that you're gonna work on for the rest of your life. Like, your perspective is going to change on a lot of things, the ideas, the things that you like, the things that you're interested in, the things that you want to write about. They're all going to change eventually, I think, at least. And that's okay, right? Like Gary says, figuring it out is a forever thing. No one ever has it figured out. And I feel like when it comes to your thoughts and ideas, there's nothing that's more true, because we're constantly evolving and learning new things and collecting new experiences and ideas and stuff. So I think being less harsh on ourselves when it comes to writing and producing content would probably be a good idea and help us produce more content. That's basically it. So yeah, that's kind of a challenge that I've been working on over the last little bit. And just wanted to say that I think it seems like a lot of us are going through the same thing, at least a lot of the writers, at least. So keep it up, right? If you're a writer, good for you. You have my full support. And if you ever need to reach out and just kind of talk, go through ideas, and just kind of iron things out, need an edit or whatever, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to help out with that. Yeah? Okay, well, that is it, and I hope you have a great Sunday. Goodbye.